Welcome to Weird and Woo Woo. I'm weird. And we get a bit woo woo, okay? So, we are going to do the week ahead tarot reading. Just a friendly reminder, you are a sovereign being of your life, and you get to determine if, how, when, where, why any of these messages might apply. All right, so whatever you do, don't Cinderella shit to make it fit. You know the thing I dislike? I hate gray fucking skies that don't do anything. Can I just say that? Like, the level of, it irritates me. I know there's people that love rain and stuff, but what I don't like is when it pretends like it wants to rain and it freaking doesn't. And rain in the suburbs is different than rain, say, out in a luscious, gorgeous, colorful piece of nature, okay? So I'm just saying, I do not bode well, and I don't know if this is just, it feels like the need to break free from this. It's like a monochrome. This has got something to do with it. This monochrome, like you're in a dome, like you're in the matrix, like you're just in, what is it called? In a simulation, right? And it's like no depth, no contrast. There's no adventure. It's just very bland and dampened. It's like like the light is dampened. I'm sure that's a metaphor for somebody for what they are going through, but it is a. I feel it in my third eye, in my crown, that area. Like, I want to say the monochrome gray sky is impacting somebody's ability to connect. It's like, it's like somebody's veiled and they just want to break free. That's the energy. Because I am like the urge to sit there and complain, to bitch about the fucking sky outside. And it was pretty yesterday. It was cold, but it was pretty. And I'm like, I am so over it. And I am a person that loves the sun, that loves gorgeous, beautiful weather. I like rainy days, but not when it's like, not when it pretends like it's going to do something. Like, this is some bullshit right now. I just got to be honest with you. I cannot stand somebody's flustered, frustrated, and fed the fuck up with this bullshit. You are having to... I don't know if I want to say my reality's not fucking real. It would be like seeing a picture of something versus getting to experience it. There's a drastic difference. There's a drastic difference in feeling like you're alive, like you're, you know what I mean? There's only so much the picture can do. And I feel like there's only so much somebody can deal with in regards to this monochrome bullshit that's happening. And like, okay, so they're giving me the show WandaVision, where like there was this dome and it looked one way within her, like she created an energetic dome. That created her own little world and dynamic, and people were under control of it. They're giving me that, like the stepping through that energetic barrier, reality on one side and the reality inside. It's like somebody just wants to walk out into the whatever and push through, like morph through some kind of barrier. It's giving like a cloaking, like moving through a cloaking, but it's not a particular person. It feels as if like there's this energetic barrier that's been on a whole group of people. There is another one, and I don't know the name of it, and it has Florence Pugh, and where she discovers she's in a simulation. She's not really awake. Like the life that she's living isn't real. reality is on the other side. And it's set where, like, it's this little town all the way out in the desert. Like, you know, these government employees move out there with their families so that they can be close to their work or some bullshit. But really, she's like asleep and something's being put into her mind. I don't want to sound conspiracy theory-ish or too woo-woo, because I know we talk all the time about breaking out of the matrix and everything's an illusion. But it does feel like somebody's existing somewhere where they're like, this isn't real. And not to say that they're denying reality, but it's almost like, this isn't my life. Like, they don't belong there. Like, other people may be okay with existing in the facade and accept the monochrome skies, but this is like I'm gonna go insane if I don't break free. I've got to get out of here. And this facade, this cloaking of sorts of this place or space, it's not like, it doesn't feel as if it is spirit. It feels like it would remind me more of like systems at play. So think of the Florence Pugh, I don't remember the name of the movie, but like there were like, it was like a governmental something or other, right? And that could be, how do I put it? Oh, they're giving me so many shows and movies right now. That could play a factor in wherever you're at, the dynamic that is existing, that you're having to exist within. But I also feel like this thing exists because of so many people upholding it and either abiding by it, pretending like it's okay. It's not, like, there's nothing really wrong. The skies aren't really gray. It's just raining outside. It's like, no, there's something wrong. Like the sky should not be a complete, utter monochrome gray without a fucking drop. Like, something's wrong. This isn't real. This is what they keep giving me. And then they're giving me like Handmaid's Tale kind of energy where people are existing within this arena, acting as if it's normal, when others beyond the borders of this dome-like energetic whatever are like, this is not, and this could be, they could be talking about the United States, but I actually feel they're bringing me back to WandaVision where it's smaller. Like, think towns, provinces, certain areas that are chopped up, smaller, where it's like a bubble in and of itself. And that if you would, like, it's like getting somewhere else where you're outside of that. And because I honestly feel as if like there's a tension headache from trying to remain connected to your higher self, your intuition, your instinct, to you, is what it feels like. Like you're fighting some kind of, like you don't want to fall prey to the hypnosis. Again, not the hypnosis. It's like, it feels like going numb and just like the Truman Show. They're just bringing all kinds, like everybody's just playing along. And Truman didn't have a fucking clue. There's people that walk around, they don't have a clue, and they don't want to have a clue, and they're just trying to get through. But that collective consciousness that's maintaining this, it's like it puts a cap on somebody. And I want to say energetically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, materially, like there's this whole, and back to the Florence Pugh, we're just really going to be channeling a lot. Back to the show or movie, I mean, with Florence Pugh, she wakes up and she knows. And there's a few other people that also know. and they're like telling her to get out. Like, you know, like one says, I want to be here, but you need to leave. You need to run. And then there's another that's like, I want to be here and I'm going to tell on you if you let everybody else know. It's like there's this dynamic where it's like, I do feel a need to break free from this. And of course, the death card. I didn't even pay attention to what the card was. This, they're giving me Phoenix Rising where like something just burns to the ground. But I'm not getting that whatever is existing in an environment, this could be a home, this could be a workspace, this could be a community, this could be a particular state or province, this could be, it could be country, but I feel like they're like, this is something that's replicated in a lot of areas, but it's not all inclusive or all expansive. And so, it's not about burning it down. I don't know how to explain it. Like, that's not the focus. The focus at this point, and again, this is not to tell anybody what to or not to do in regards to any kind of circumstances you might be facing. Either environmentally or personally in your life. And so you must do what you instinctually feel drawn to do. But this is giving me the notion of needing to get out from underneath this influence. And like they bring me back to WandaVision and like how one of the agents, like when she's within it, she starts to at times come to it. She has to play along. Somebody may be playing along for right now, but it's like there's something about the playing along that also it hurts. Like I want to say, like it hurts your third eye. It hurts your crown. It's difficult to kind of hide. Same with Florence, like she had to hide. Same with Handmaid's Tale. They had to kind of like, it was like moving silence, and whatever type of revolution or plan they had to be under wraps, like no, moving in silence. And so there's this whole act, right, that one has to do to keep up appearances, to not draw attention. But like in WandaVision, when the agent walks out, like it's anybody who would walk out, let's put it that way, like suddenly relieved from, like almost immediately from this, what felt like mind control. That's what it was happening in WandaVision. It was mind control. And again, I feel like somebody is weary from trying to maintain their own integrity, maintain their own sense of personhood and autonomy and truth in the midst of, while having to pretend, and I mean all of these things. And it's once beyond the bubble, once beyond the barrier. It's as if, again, which is held in place by a collective of people. Once beyond that barrier, it's like you run into new energy. Their energetic influence only extends so far based upon those that are upholding it. And getting beyond that is important. And that is where your new they're giving me resurrection, which is the season of spring. This is the season of resurrection. Okay, let's pull some more cards. That was a lot coming through. Like, I feel like somebody feels constricted. Like, it feels as though, like, down to your blood vessels being constricted. Like, you have a helmet on your head just clamping down. That's what it feels like. There's something about experiencing what is happening and this phenomenon outside of the bubble, like from a different angle and different perspective. You have to get outside of it. Let me see this. This feels more like the stuckness. This individual is anchored in to this position. I just feel like feeling like you're in the upside down world. Back to Stranger Things. Okay, they're just going to do this a lot. So like with Stranger Things, the upside down world is exactly the same as reality, only it's not. And when they go into the underworld or upside down world, whatever you want to call it, it's gray, dark, dreary. There's no light. I had a reading like this previously. I feel like it was almost about 10 months ago or so. And see, oh, look at this, the gray skies. Something, and he's got his feet tied. Like he's anchored down from the head. That feels like you're, you know what I mean? Like you, something squeezing, something pulling on. And then feet are tied. There's no mobility. There's no movement. But we have this whole lightning bolt that's coming through to at least alleviate your ability to move through something. And again, I feel as if this would not necessarily be alleviated until you're outside of some type of influence. I think that that's how you're going to recognize the opportunity, is that it's almost as if it's like you may not be able to foretell it, foresee it, the new path or a new way, a new trajectory. However, your feet, you will be cut loose. Your feet will be untied. They will no longer be tethered together. You will be able to move, even if you can't see what's going to happen or how something's going to pan out. That might be the inkling of now's the time, like this is it. And that's what you need to be paying attention to is just making moves to get out of the bubble. Even if you don't understand exactly how to move, it's almost like moving towards the parameter, the barrier, and then just getting through it, and then things becoming clear. This is massive, utter change that puts an end, much like the Death card. So the Knight of Swords is that 180, the 180 card, right? It is a stark contrast. It is the pivot that drives you away from something and severs and cuts something off completely, permanently, irrevocably, right? And that's what this, the dynamite, it's like, I'm ready to blow this bridge up. Five of Cups. Oh, why am I going down there? Four of Cups. Okay, so they want me to do it like that. Page of Wands. Ten of Pentacles. Five of Cups feels like, in this one, like the water is just swirling and in chaos, and that might be your current environment. I gotta be honest with you. That's probably your current environment. It's meant to create confusion. It's meant to create like an instability within. I did mention this week, like being so frustrated with the monochrome gray sky, like knowing something different, being tired of having to pretend and, you know, kind of like to maneuver through something. We do have a lightning bolt. It reminds me of, I don't know why Zeus is coming through. Might be pertinent for somebody, but it's like, it's a storm. It's weathering a storm. Getting swept away by the storm. The person is kind of like collapsed in the water as it's all like splashing and moving, and it's like being consumed by it. You may feel bad or guilty about leaving something in the status that it is, like in the Florence Pugh one, where the one lady's like, this, you need to go, you need to get out, but I'm going to stay. Like there's a guilt that exists, like I should stay and fight, or I should weather the storm. Leads to, you know, you don't want to stay. The chaos may have you this is reminding me, I know this sounds really weird, it's reminding me of, I'll give a very real world example. Has nothing to do with what's currently going on in a lot of the areas, but like the idea of black mold and the way that it can create, it plays a massive factor in hormone imbalances and mind fatigue and mind cloudedness, like mental health, emotional stability / instability. Like it can wreak havoc, and you wouldn't be able to see things clearly or anything like that until you were out of the environment and could address any mold toxicity that you have in your body. Like you'd have to get out of there. It would be like needing to get out of a certain environment to see what to do, where to go, how to proceed, to get out from under the influence of something. Four of Cups is, it reminds me of the Five of Cups in seeing everything that's not happening the way that you want it to, or that's like again, being aware of this energetic cloaking or whatever else it is, and not being able to do something about it, and just waiting for some type of divine intervention. that proverbial cup from the sky. But maybe almost feeling in a place where you can't even do or access the cup when it comes in. Like I am so, I keep looking at the headache, the third eye, the crown, the pain. It's hard to walk away from the current circumstance. Even if your feet were untethered, this anchor on your, this heaviness, this helmet that is locked in is making it difficult. Page of Wands is there's a golden opportunity. We have this golden egg here. Like it really is waiting for the right opportunity to do that, to kind of like go outside of the bubble. Again, they were talking about waiting. How do I put this? You know, having to keep on the mask and waiting for the right time, right opportunity to escape something. This does feel like it's not coming, it's not coming, it's not coming. Where is it? But it will come. And I want to say it puts you in a more materialistically and emotionally better place. I want to find out about the Page of Wands then. Tell me about the Page of Wands, please. It's an escape. Ten of Cups. To a better environment. To a better place. Son of a biscuit. Give me the world, the world, the world. The freedom to move around. This could be world travel. This could be expansion. This is definitely getting beyond. It's like, I'll get it together. It's a major opportunity. It's not just moving beyond the border. It's an elevation. It's a clearing. And it's like, I don't know, there's something about this energetic barrier that is stopping. Like things can't even come in. That's the thing. Things can't even come in. There's like this, what's permissible and what's not. Something can't come in to you either. So I wonder if you're going to go to it. Because the way that I feel is I'm getting outside of the barrier and then I'm going somewhere. And it is like I am moving towards something that moves towards me. But I feel like there's a meeting spot. It's from that vantage point that you gain or garner the ability to create. I just get the sense of wherever you're at, something else creates such a large, how do I put this, interference. That's why your third eye and your crown it's like you are not in full control over your abilities, your mind, your emotions, whatever it is. And once you move beyond that, you are in control of the life that's being created. You are in control over, they're even giving me this strand of DNA. It's like your health, your wealth, you know, your own spirituality, your emotions, Queen of Cups, your ability to create and make something a reality, to bring something, to birth something. This is definitely a connection with your own spirituality, your own instinct, your own intuition. We have the Knight of Cups. There's some kind of offer. I just feel like the offer can't reach you where you're at. The world, for whatever reason, we've got all this coding right here. Y'all can't see it there, but it's like binary codes, which is like computer programming. The world could be like the World Wide Web. Like there may be something attached to that. Like it's your location will not allow you to access or create or do something. But if you were to get on the internet, there's some type of connection that you can make where then it's opening a portal for something to come in. So this could even be like, there may be something career-wise where it's like, you can't within the career dynamic and field where you're located in that, but if you move things either online or connect, there's something about move beyond your local community's borders, that's where something lies. Alien is all about coming home to the self, realizing what's true and what's not. Again, there's some idea of getting beyond the barrier that is in place right now, creating this dynamic for you. Out of this environment that then allows you to become more yourself. So even, let's say, even if you were looking for a job, you may not be presenting very well in interviews and things like there's something about, because of where you're at. And this may be because like your confidence, we did talk about that a lot, has been diminished based upon your current work environment, and so you feel like that shows through in the interview process, or maybe you can't shine like you should at your current work position, and so they're like, what you want to do, you will be able to do if you get out of this work environment. So that's moving beyond that barrier, like the idea of stagnancy and things like that, and nothing changing and being weighed down might be, again, it's all about your environment. It could be your family that's surrounding you right now. It could just be where you're located. I think that's very true in the United States. There's a lot of areas where we know opportunity does not exist. That, like in my own state, we have areas where people really have lived for generations and generations, and there's no opportunity in these areas. As sad as it is, the only way for them to, a lot of people have the need to get out of these areas in order to have any semblance of opportunity or freedom. Because there's certain areas in the United States where if you live here, you pretty much will be doing A, B, or C. There's not much else. And that will be your life, day in and day out. And the only other thing that you can engage in would be church. And those who don't go to church, in order, like anything to feel engaged with the world around them, or feel alive, if it's not that, then it's drugs, then it's this, then it's that. It's like you can almost predict, and while others will continue to uphold that and will do everything they can to make sure that individuals don't break free from that, you also have the others who are like, get out, go. I can't, it's too late for me, but you need to go, you know, that kind of thing. So there's this energy of that, and needing to get out into the world, finding a different environment that loves you, that can pour into you, that you feel alive in. And it's an escape. It's time to escape. If you were looking for a sign, it's time to escape. That is where you will come, like, I feel like you will be able to fully encompass all your magic, your power, your true abilities, where you will feel free to connect spiritually, emotionally, like you will have, you will be able to wield your own emotions. I just feel like there's too much that's like at play right now, where I want to say my emotions are not my own. Like there's all this time where I can manage it, and then, but there's so much. Look at all these currents. Look at everything that's happening. It's like you're going to drown. You feel like you're drowning. Keeping your head above water is difficult. And there's a very specific offer coming through if you can get beyond the borders, is what they're saying, beyond the barriers, beyond this place. And again, like, you know, my mind keeps wanting to go to just what's happening in the United States and how people are like fleeing the country and and they keep bringing me back smaller. You know, and it's not to say that this would not be the same for something that level, but I keep feeling like I need to bring it down to a community, a town, a county, a province, like a smaller area, moving beyond that. And then there's this clarity that comes through, this ability. Like, I don't want to say you are manifesting something and it is right there on just the other side of this energetic barrier. And honestly, like, as soon as you walk through, it's almost like you walk right into that. But there is, it's more than just getting beyond that barrier. It is then moving into an area where, you know how I said, like, this dome, this bubble of whatever is upheld by individuals within it that do not seek to dismantle it, to burn it down. And so that is where its potency comes from. You need to get to an area that is in the complete opposite of whatever this energy is, but in the same realm, meaning like another area where the frequency that is upheld by the collective that is there matches that which is freeing for you, so that you are then protected. Because there's this idea of protected. Where did it go? There was the key. Where'd you go? I could have sworn there was a, where's the key? Where's the key? I know I saw something with a key. I'd be saying all kinds of crazy stuff. I thought there was a key. Am I making things up? They're showing me a key. There it is. Damn, y'all. Seriously? This key. And this is the death card. So there's a need to the key to your protection, to your sense of stability, to you being in your, this is feeling a lot like going in alignment with some of my 2025 location changes. They're needing you to understand that what you seek will not, cannot break this barrier. There are too many upholding something that then interferes with you bringing things in, and that you need to get into a more like-minded area, a more energetic match that is more freeing and protective of who you are than where you're at now. So to me, it would feel like a completely different bubble, but one of protection versus limitation. Like wherever you're at, this bubble, this energetic barrier limits. It controls, it constricts, and moving somewhere else, going somewhere else is going to expand. It's as if like the bubble is more permeable. And there's so many like you there that it remains upheld in that space. And it gives you the ability, that gives you the ability to fully function as yourself, both spiritually and within your 3D life, right? And that is where an opportunity can arise. There's something about the opportunity, an offer, something like that coming in that allows you to utterly be yourself. Because the alien's about being yourself, coming home to the self without all the programming and parameters that are placed on us by others, by circumstances, things like that. I want to know about the Knight of Cups. So, and this Knight of Cups could be anything: love, soul family, a job, you know, school. It could be anything, but it cannot get to you where you're at. So this is good. Actually, they're telling me, okay. They're moving me back to the feet being freed. This offer has something to do with, okay, Six of Pentacles is getting what it is that you need in order to be able to, okay? It's the resources, it's the connections, it's the, you know what I'm saying? Lovers would be a choice in this matter. You may not know. You may still feel clouded mentally, but somehow something is going to free your feet for you to move. And it's kind of like they're giving me like being chased in the forest at night. You don't know where you're going, but you fucking know you gotta go. You can't stay here. And so there may not be much of a full-on plan. The plan is to get somewhere. Gosh, this is sounding, I have these conversations, right? With some family members that are very similar to this, but everything they show me is like different than what we discussed. I don't know, but as I say it out loud, it feels like it feels like the same kind of conversation. But there's, okay, so my confusion was because it feels like there's a resource. So the resource is not the offer. Okay, thank you. That's why I paused when I saw that and I was like, wait, maybe not. No, the Six of Pentacles, that's kind of like going to give you the leverage. There we go. Leverage to move, to walk through something. And when you get somewhere, like the right place, the right opportunity, the right person, the right people will then appear, because I just feel like you're going somewhere. We are taking a long time, and I hate to be like this, Spirit, but in what way does this pertain to this week? Because this is a week ahead. And I get the feeling of, I don't feel like it's showing up this week, But that could be me tapping into somebody's doubt versus the reality of a situation. Okay, thank you. We're going to use Golden Universal. The fucking world. You don't see it, but something is going to open up for you. World. Okay. What does that have to do with this week? I'm gonna put this back, I said. Okay. Okay. That's what I showed you earlier. So they're showing me with the moon card being guided, like being given just enough to see, to get out of the water that you're in right now. See, he's crawling out of the water. Five of Cups over here, this chaos that you've been in, to have this revealed. And then I feel like there's a singular focus, because when the moon is out, you don't necessarily see, you still can't see everything in every direction perfectly clearly. It highlights a specific area while everything else can still be dark, and you just need to walk that path. Okay, wait, what is happening this week? What is happening this week? I heard you've been preparing for something. Something shows up. Are you ready? Because the Seven of Swords is that positive mental mind frame of mind as you approach something. Need to be in the right state of mind for something. Because it talks about positive mental preparation. This is like having been getting certain things together or prepared. Because some type of winds of change are coming through. We have the Star card, which really grounding in something that you've already been, like something that spirits want guiding you for with. Shit, get the words out. Good God. That changes things. Things are changing. Things are changing. We constantly see the book being, for all of these, the book is open. Winds of change. So we talked before about being aware of and knowing the change that was coming in, but it wasn't quite the change just yet. I feel like the actual change begins this week. So you may have been like Florence, or you know, the WandaVision situation, like you're in the bubble but you're aware, but the moment hadn't arrived yet. So the awareness is what came before, and you started preparing, you started doing things, and this week is the shift in energy, the shift in are you ready is what they're saying, because they're guiding you. Are you ready? Because something is coming in, something is happening. You need to make sure that you are in the right frame of mind. It's going to take you out of the chaos, but you have to follow the path that's right out in front of you. So there is the path. Again, you get beyond the barrier, you come into something, and you now need to go. There's like somewhere you have to go. This could be the move. And again, temperance frequently is, again, 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on the land, alchemizing a situation, creating the circumstances that are necessary. This keeps showing up. It is something moving out of potentiality and possibility and just the, you know, the idea of something into reality. It's not taking any of the burdens with you. It is to alleviate a burden. Okay, so I'm just going to say, I think that you've been given the heads up. You have tried to take some steps towards being prepared. And they're asking you to maintain, I feel like saying. This is also the idea of somebody like moving in the night. You know, again, out of the sight of others, prepared, right? Making sure that they're in a good position. So you've done what you need to do to make sure you're in a good position in order to be able to do something. And then again, you're being guided out of this in a way that I feel like it's going to be the most, I want to say peaceful. It's not quite the right word, but peaceful transition. And it's time to put certain burdens down. So the change that you became aware of is now arriving. This is movement away from. This Five of Pentacles just feels like that gray sky. This feels like where you've been at. Again, within this bubble, but like outside of it, like you are not of the mindset and the mind frame as everybody else. It is time to leave. And again, we have the World in his hand. You're going to take the action that takes you to the more expansive place. Now, you do have to take that action because the only thing that can keep you trapped is you. But you're soon going to be not willing, shit, I don't know why I said that. You're soon going to celebrate and have reason to feel hopeful, optimistic, and positive. Tell me about the change. Bittersweet is what they said. It is a bittersweet. Again, there's some level of guilt or sadness in having to leave this situation or circumstance behind. But someone knows they have to do this. It's an either or situation. You either stay there or you get out. It's not, there's not like a, oh, somewhere in between, you know, and like, maybe I can come back and save you, or maybe da-da-da-da, and maybe if I, like, whatever you're trying to think, if you're thinking like that, it's a no. This is a situation where you need to pick one. She's leaning instinctively, intuitively towards one, and whenever swords butt ends, it's either or, one or the other. It's not, the truth is not somewhere in between. There is nothing left for you where you're at. You will continue to exist within the monochrome gray sky. I am looking outside. It is so gray and there's not a single branch. There's not a breeze, not fucking nothing. Everything is still, perfectly still. Not a raindrop. Nothing. Wherever you're going is brimming with potential and possibility. I just heard a train horn. That might be, like, legitimately. I live right next to a train track. So, yeah. have faith that this is part of the plan, is what I want to say. Good Lord. I want to break free. Fuck, shit, fire, say the matches. Queen, thank you, Queen. You're moving from, I don't know, I just feel like it's a mental existential crisis. Like, but it's not, it's like, I can't. It's like breaking out of a prison to true joy. And this is not nearly as impulsive as others may think. Because the Queen of Swords sees everything from an eagle eye view. She understands the maneuvers, the next time, like, she gets what needs to happen. And she is of the mind to cut anything that keeps her stuck out. Anything that doesn't belong. Knight really does make you think of impulsivity. But I'd like you to think of it as being uninhibited. The Knight of Wands is the quintessential freedom to do what the fuck you want, to go there, without hesitation. He's the minor arcana to the Fool. So whatever it is, this is showing up this week. The change in and of itself shows up this week. But this is something you've been aware of. And you've been trying to prepare yourself for. But it comes in. You just need to push past that barrier. And again, you may not feel so 100% like the High Priestess, where you're completely, utterly aware of what the plan is, but you know your feet have been freed and you need to fucking move. Get beyond that barrier and everything will change. Your awareness will utterly change. You'll step back into your knowing and understanding, back into yourself, without any limitations being placed on you. So, and then you need to get the fuck where you know you need to go. Yeah. So I'm going to leave that there. I hope whoever sees this, I hope whoever it's meant for sees this. I will talk to you all later this week, and I'll see you in the next read.